Hello everyone, welcome back to GQ Design Studio. My name is Gabriel Antonio Quiñones Martinez, but you can call me Gabe. And today we're going to be learning how to paint this beautiful beach painting right over here. I have all the colors and the brushes that you'll need listed in the description box down below, so make sure to check that out. We're going to hit the ground running and start off with this brush right here. He has a name, this is Megatron. And let's go ahead and take Megatron and we're going to grab a scoop of this white paint. Put it off to the side wherever you have room, and then grab a scoop of this brown paint, and we're going to mix the two colors together and make a nice light brown color. There's a million different ways you can go about painting the background of the painting. For this painting here, it has a very textured sand over here, and the water is kind of like smooth and wavy. So how we achieve this texture is we're actually going to use Megatron like a sponge, and let's just go ahead and sponge him in a diagonal line like this. And now everything below this line is going to get filled in with that same spongy texture. Let's wrap the sand around the side of the painting as well. And on the top where it overlaps right here. Now that we have that base coat in there, let's go ahead and just dip our brush in a little bit of this burnt sienna. And we're just gonna skip around and just darken up some of these areas, specifically on the top part over here, because the wave is eventually going to sit right here, and this will kind of act as a shadow to the wave. Then we can just start adding some of these shadows here and there. Just darken up this sand a little bit. There we go. So now it's not just one flat color. Now we have some of this darker shadows in there as well. And then we can add just a little bit of raw umber. We're going to add that to the top as well. The next color we're using is yellow, so go ahead and put Megatron inside the yellow paint. You don't have to worry about cleaning off Megatron at this point. And now we're just going to skip around and just add a little bit of yellow here and there. You don't want to use too much yellow, just a little hint. And finally, we'll grab a little bit of white, pure white. Again, don't worry about cleaning off your brush. And now we'll just add some lightness. So you see I'm skipping all the way around first because I don't want to get one area too light. So I'm going to start off by spreading it. And then I can just sponge in this white texture. You want to be super spongy. Super duper spongy. And now let's go back to the regular sienna, not mixed with anything else. we'll just add a couple more shadows back in here. That's looking nice and sandy. Let's go ahead and put Megatron back into the water cup. Now we can take out this brush right here. This is the medium brush. He has a name too. This is, of course, Ignacio. Let's put Ignacio inside the Sienna paint. And we're gonna draw the shadows of where these little stars are gonna be. So around right here, I'm just gonna take my brush and draw a star shape. Doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. We just want an idea of where this shadow is going to go for this star. Alright, that's good enough. And another shell sits over here. Let's just draw a little circle right there. We got another star that goes around right here. So we'll just darken up this area here. And another little shell right here. And the last one's down here. Let's let those dry for now. The next color we're going to mix is the dark ocean color. And for that, we're just going to take a scoop of this blue paint, put it on the side of your plate, and we'll grab a scoop of the phthalo green. Ooh, this is chunky. And we're going to mix the two together and make a nice aquamarine color. And with this color, we can just make a diagonal line going across the top. And we'll wrap this around the side of the canvas too, and the top as well. And let's go down until we're about 5 or 6 inches down on the left-hand side, or about 1/3 of the way down the canvas. I'm going to clamp this on the top here so I can actually reach the top of the canvas. So now let's scrape some paint off of Megatron, and we're going to dry brush this color down a little bit. You see how that color is see-through and it's not really a solid color? That's dry brushing, and that's what we're going for. Let's go ahead and add some white to that color we made there. So we're just going to make a lighter version of that color we were just using. And with this color, we can actually go on the bottom part where we did the dry brushing, and we'll make a line going all the way across. And now with this color, let's slowly bring it up into that original color so it has this beautiful fade going from that dark turquoise to this lighter one. And with that same color, we can bring this color down. And we'll bring this down to about right here where you only have a few inches between your sand and your water. And let's fade this side of the canvas too. And paint the top as well. You don't want to have any ghetto spots on your painting. Let's scrape off the paint on the side of your cup again. And we'll dry brush this down. And now we're going to make the lightest version of this color. So we're just going to go over here on this side and make a super light version of the color we were just using. And then we can just start filling it in from the bottom here. We'll make a line going all the way across. Remember to keep your brush strokes diagonal. And we'll bring this color up so it naturally mixes together with the medium turquoise we made. Okay. I'm Look at this beautiful fade we got going on now. And now we can just fill in the rest of this water here. So let's bring this color down to the sand. There you go. You should have a fade that's something like this. Let's take Megatron and we'll go back to the turquoise, the dark turquoise that we made earlier. And now we're gonna turn Megatron sideways like this. And we can just go make these diagonal lines going across the water. Let's wrap it around the sides of the canvas too if you want some of that extra credit. And now let's go ahead and use that medium turquoise color that we use. Or if you have just regular turquoise as a color, you can use that. And then finally, let's go back to the light turquoise. And we'll just lighten up some of these lines around here. Let's go back to the next color we're using is pure white, so it's white paint, not mixed with anything else. And we can start working on some of this foam that's over here. Let's use that same dabbing motion that we did earlier, and we can just start forming where this foam is gonna go. I'm gonna put it on top of this shadow here. So it looks like this foam has some weight to it. And then we can just start dabbing this foam out into the ocean and just making it a little bit thicker. How thick you want this foam to be is completely up to you. I'm going to make it between 1 and 3 inches going all the way across. Once the paint starts getting thin towards the top, just keep bringing it up so it has this nice fade going into the rest of the ocean. And of course, let's bring this foam around to the side of the canvas as well. And if you'd like, you can take your brush and just dab in some pieces of foam just floating around into the ocean. Let's put Ignacio back into the water cup and we can get out his little brother Tito. He's so cute. Then we're gonna dip Tito inside the orange paint. And with this orange paint, we're gonna go back to the initial star we made. We're essentially just gonna draw another star right on top of that shadow we made. And now we can just start beefing up the star, so making it thicker. And we don't want to paint completely over the shadow. We want to paint on top of the shadow so you can still see it behind it. And then here we can draw another shell, which is just an oval with a little tail sticking out, kind of like a speech bubble. And over here we're going to draw another one. Remember, we're not going to completely cover the shadow. We want that shadow to stay there so it has a shadow beneath what we're drawing. Let's repeat the same step on this little star here. Just make sure you leave some shadow showing to the left. And one more time with this little shell over here. And with Tito, we're gonna mix a new color. So grab a scoop of this orange paint, put it on the side of the plate wherever you have room. My orange is super old, so it's really chunky. And now let's mix it with some white paint. We're gonna make a light orange. And we can just add a little highlight to them. So here, I'll just go in the middle, and I'll just add a little highlight to these guys. Let's take Tito and put him inside the pure white paint. And with this white, we can go on the top part of these shells and just make a nice little white outline. We'll outline the top part of this star here as well. And now let's clean off our brush, and we can go to the dark umber. And we'll create some shadows. So down here, we'll just create a little shadow. And down here as well. We'll get this line here for the shadow. And this one as well. Down to this one, and this one here. And let's go back to the white paint now. And I'm just gonna add some polka dots on this sea star using the tip of little Tito. And let's add some to these guys over here too. And there we have it. That's all the steps that you need to know in order to paint this beautiful painting right here. You can go ahead and sign the painting on whatever corner that you want, either in brown or in white. If you have any questions for me whatsoever, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer every single one of them. If you've liked this video, then please like the video. That really does help me a lot. And if you really want to be a gangsta child, you can share this video too. If you want to support this channel directly, you can head on over to my Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can really help this channel grow and keep going. The more you guys give back to me, the more that I can give back to you. And I really do enjoy doing these. Thank you guys again for watching. If you have any requests on what painting you would like to do for next time, then let me know in the comments below. But until then, beautiful artists, stay creative.